Artificial sweeteners, including aspartame, sucralose, and saccharin, are widely regarded as safe sugar substitutes due to their zero-calorie profile, and they are ubiquitous in diet sodas, protein bars, sugar-free desserts, and many processed foods. At first glance, they seem like an ideal tool for weight management or blood sugar control. However, a growing body of research suggests that their impact on human metabolism, particularly liver function, is far more complex and potentially harmful than commonly acknowledged. The liver, as the central organ responsible for processing nutrients, metabolizing toxins, and regulating lipid and glucose metabolism, is particularly sensitive to metabolic disturbances that may be triggered indirectly by artificial sweeteners. One of the key mechanisms through which artificial sweeteners may affect liver health is via alterations in the gut microbiota. The gastrointestinal microbiome plays a crucial role in regulating insulin sensitivity, lipid metabolism, and inflammatory pathways. Studies in both animals and humans have shown that chronic exposure to aspartame and sucralose can disrupt microbial composition, promoting an imbalance between beneficial and harmful bacteria. This dysbiosis is not trivial. It can increase intestinal permeability, provoke low-grade systemic inflammation, and interfere with the liver's ability to efficiently metabolize fats. Over time, these changes may predispose individuals to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, NEFLD, a condition characterized by excessive fat accumulation in the liver independent of alcohol consumption. NAFLD is not merely a benign fat deposit. It is closely linked to insulin resistance, metabolic syndrome, and an increased risk of cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and even liver fibrosis in severe cases. Beyond gut microbiota disruption, artificial sweeteners may directly influence glucose metabolism and insulin regulation. Although marketed as blood sugar neutral, several studies suggest that long-term consumption of non-nutritive sweeteners can paradoxically impair glucose tolerance. The exact mechanisms remain under investigation, but one hypothesis is that intense sweetness triggers anticipatory insulin release or affects enteroendocrine signaling, which over time may increase insulin resistance. Chronically elevated insulin, in turn, promotes lipogenesis, the process of converting excess glucose into liver fat, further increasing the risk of fatty liver development. Some longitudinal human studies have even suggested that regular consumption of diet beverages is associated with increased liver enzymes, a clinical marker of liver stress, and a higher prevalence of NAFLD. It is also important to recognize that many individuals combine artificial sweeteners with other processed ingredients, such as emulsifiers, thickeners, and flavor enhancers, which may further exacerbate liver strain. While a single can of diet soda may pose minimal risk, habitual intake over months and years may contribute cumulatively to metabolic stress, silent liver inflammation, and eventual deterioration of hepatic function. Children and individuals with pre-existing metabolic conditions like obesity, prediabetes, or dyslipidemia may be particularly vulnerable, as their livers are already under increased metabolic burden. From a practical perspective, safer strategies exist for satisfying sweet cravings and maintaining metabolic health. Water, herbal teas, sparkling water with natural fruit infusions, and modest portions of naturally sweet foods like berries or citrus offer hydration and flavor without perturbing gut microbiota or insulin signaling. Gradually reducing reliance on hyper-sweetened flavors can retrain the palate, making natural sweetness more enjoyable and sustainable. For those seeking a long-term approach, focusing on whole, minimally processed foods while limiting all added sugars, including artificial substitutes, provides the most protective effect for liver health. In conclusion, while artificial sweeteners are often marketed as benign alternatives to sugar, mounting evidence points to potential dangers, particularly for the liver. They may disrupt gut microbiota, impair glucose metabolism, and promote fat accumulation in hepatic tissue, potentially contributing to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease and other metabolic disorders. These effects may not be immediately obvious, making artificial sweeteners a silent contributor to long-term liver stress. For individuals concerned about metabolic health, insulin resistance, or liver function, reliance on artificial sweeteners should be approached with caution, and safer, more natural options should be prioritized whenever possible.